Well, for as long as we choose to continue this save, I do not think we will have a bigger finish to a week than this. If we come out on top in today's doubleheader, we will be involved in the richest game in football and with a chance at promotion to the Premier League in just our second season of this save. It's the year where Luton went down in real life. We could do the opposite. We've got two very tough teams standing in the way of us, and the first of them in today's doubleheader semi-final is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Can we beat them and head to Wembley? Well, we're going to find out right now. Yes, hello and welcome along to a huge part 17 of this FM06 Let's Retro save from Luton Town. As you are probably aware from the introduction and from following this season, we are into the playoff semi-final and we've got a double header against Wolverhampton Wanderers, hopefully with the opportunity to get to the final and Wembley after our points total this year would have won us the title last season. If you're looking forward to seeing whether we can do it, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Touch wood, there's not been too many injuries or problems in the build-up, so we might be all right for this one. We've got a whole host of good players joining in the summer, and we'd love them to be coming in for Premier League football. But first, a very quick caveat before we start, and I need to make a quick announcement here. If we win this semi-final and get through to the final at Wembley, we'll have an episode on Monday, which will be the playoff final. If we lose it, and we have a summer transfer window, then we won't have an episode till Tuesday. And the reason for that is because I'm going down to Luton for the Luton game and to visit friends, etc. So I just won't have a chance to get through the transfer window before. But hopefully there won't be a problem there because we'll be getting to the final and we'll be playing at Wembley on Monday. Let's go and see how we get on in this one. It's a big double header and I think big probably doesn't cover it. It's a Wolves side that has got quality, but as we mentioned last time, a couple of injuries, a couple of problems in the squad. They've still got a lot of quality and a lot of pace in certain areas as well. For us, it's been a very productive season, incredible progress on and off the pitch. We've talked briefly about all of those players we've got coming in the summer. Are they going to be coming in for Premier League football? We've got a few players that are wanted as well. I've also got a tactical idea of what I want to do if we go up, and maybe even if we don't, but we'll see on that front. So let's just see what happens today. Everyone's fit. We've got people back from injury, people back from loan, and we've got some big decisions to make, particularly when it comes to some of our younger stars. So let's go and get through to the first of these two fixtures. The first leg, incidentally, of the Stoke game was good news for us because, God, I don't want to face Stoke again. They lost 2-0 in the home leg to Ipswich. They're a good side as well, but Stoke have given us the runaround this season, so the less trauma we have to face against them, the better. In terms of our starting 11, I think the back 9, in fact, I think 10 of the 11 picks itself. The decision we have to make is Feeney and Morgan up front, but if ever there's a time to go to your tried and trusted is today, then the only decisions we've really got to make for this one are the bench, because I don't feel Nick Basagno can miss out. He's going to become a superstar. I know he keeps going on international duty, but for next season, he could be one of the main men. So I've got to get him in. Do I drop out Marcus Heikkinen or do I drop out one of the wingers, all of whom haven't been great in recent times? I feel like we might need Heikkinen defensively. Brunt and Edwards have both had poor seasons. Edwards in particular has been diabolical, and Keane can play on the right-hand side. So I'm going to make the decision of Basagno in for Edwards, who might well be off in the summer to be fair. And this is the 16 we're going to go for. For our playoff semi-final against Wolves, it is Lee Grant in goal, Foley, Keenan, O'Brien and Coyne the back four, with Newton and Baraji the wingers, Hughes and Nichols in centre midfield, and Warren Feeney. I don't even know when he last scored. It was against Crystal Palace on the 17th of March, and that was on camera, wasn't it? It was a brilliant effort from distance. He's not scored a one-on-one since the Sunderland game earlier in that month as well. Steve Howard is alongside him. He's one behind his total for this season now. The problem with Steve Howard, though, is you get the assists as well. 14 in addition to his 19 goals. I love you to add to that today, Steve. Let's go and see if we can get on top in the first leg, because with a second in 3 days' time, we can't really trust the squad to stay fit for the second leg. Well, here is the team, and you can see immediately what the plan is for Wolves. 2 up front and then 2 wingers that just go so far forwards. They've got a really good back 4 that they can protect. The other thing they've done today, though, is bring in Ryan Hooper, who's a 16-year-old who's come through their academy. But you might think, oh, what are they doing chucking a youth player in? He is spectacular. like a proper talented kid. I did have a little look at him briefly. He wasn't interested in the move to Luton, which is a shame because we could have afforded him. If we get promoted, I might go and revisit that because he looks like a potential star of the future. They've got lots of other good young players as well. We know the pace of Nathan Dyer. We know the fact that we're going to get rinsed on the wings. And Carl Court gave us problems last time out. So let's go and get through to it. They've got experience on the bench if they get ahead. This is a game I'm particularly worried about. We're probably the second best side on paper. They've got the best centre-half on the pitch. They've got the best centre-forward on the pitch. And they've got the best midfielders on the pitch. It doesn't bode well as Kennedy's cross is blocked. Kevin Nichols clears to Howard and he knocks it down, but Hughes won't win it. Hooper's there, but he gives it away to Newton. Kennedy wins it back. Baraji, though, up against Dyer, does well. And Howard manages to force Butterfield backwards, but still Wolves in control of the ball. There's a long one up to Carl Court. Won well by O'Brien. Baraji gets it forward again. Howard up against Butterfield. Forces it out for a throw. Bit of a weird highlight to see that, but maybe suggests we're not going to get too many key ones in this game. As Kennedy picks it up on the left-hand side. Well challenged by Newton. Hughes out helping out as well. Plays it to Feeney. Into Richard Hughes. Wide to Foley. And he's down the line to Newton. There's two in the middle. Got to get the cross right in a game like this. Newton in. Feeney. Good stuff, but Matt Murray comes and claims it. Does really well. Not the best cross. Really should be aiming back post for Howard. We've got it to aim for target man, but didn't happen this time. As NAYL goes wide to Kennedy. We're back in trouble again. As Hooper out on the left-hand side. Got the energy, got the pace. And now NAYL crosses. Carl Court's up. It's a great save from Lee Grant. Hooper's a bit wayward with a rebound. That's the first time our keeper's been tested. And thankfully, he really stood up to it there. Well, 10 minutes to the break. It's a throw on the right for Kevin Foley. And Howard is completely unmarked up there. He's not got the legs to get away, so he's going to need support. But Lee Naylor fouls him. Now, is he through on goal? I reckon the centre-half catches him, but the referee might not know that. Let's hope he goes for a red card, because in the away leg, that would hopefully give us a great chance at a result. Is it going to be yellow? Is it going to be red? Please don't let it be neither. Oh, he sent him off. He sent Lee Naylor off. That is a huge bonus. And we could not have asked for more help than that. Now we've got to get the result. Even if we draw here, we cannot possibly lose, which is what I was thinking. As Nichols gets the free kick, blocked towards Newton. It might make them even more dangerous, though, because they've got that pace on the break. Though Newton is trying to change that. He's just gone and slid in on Hooper, and he's going to have to be stretchered off. That is not pleasant from his point of view, but it does take some pace out the team, because Jackie McNamara is the experienced head to come on. God, if we lose against 10 men now, we don't deserve to go to the final. Coyne's missed it. Oh, my God. Coyne's made a mistake right on cue. And the 10 men of Wolves are ahead. I mean, we can have no arguments, can we? Coyne and O'Brien both sleeping. And when you've only got one to mark between you, you can't complain. We're playing against 10 men. And we've thrown it away. And now Baraji's picked up a knock. I don't think we can have any complaints here. If we lose this leg, we don't deserve to go through. To go down to 10 men and then still let them take the lead. That is frightening. We're going to push the mentality up a little bit. We're obviously going to get the time wasting off. Try and take advantage of what should be a physical edge with an extra man. Baraji is going to be replaced by Chris Brunt. We're going to get into the second half. It's a bad time to have your strikers out of goal scoring form. What I do to give Warren Feeney back in form here. Not sure why the kickoff took 30 seconds there. But anyway, Davis has got the ball to McNamara. Nathan Dyer, again, I'm resistant to go to attack him because we know the pace they've got. As O'Brien wins it for Howard. Now we can break. We go back, though. It's so slow. Howard goes wide to Joe Keenan. Has support down the line. Coyne is there. It's a big switch to Kevin Foley. Into the opposition half. And now Coyne chips up. Howard's there. Feeney can't get on the end of it, though. It's over the bar. It stays 1-0. Unfortunately, it's not looking good for us. Though Kevin Nichols, often with magic from the free kick. Save this time, out for a corner. First big chance of the game. The corner will be taken by the sub Chris Brunt into Coyne at the front post who can't make amends. And Lescott's able to get clear. Plays towards Carl Court. You can see the men we've committed forward. But it does leave us open at the back here. This is a really worrying sign because you just feel we have to get something from this away leg. Particularly in the circumstances. And I don't see where it's coming at the minute because we're not looking like scoring. We've got key players out of form. I think I'm going to have to gamble here. Feeney off for Morgan, who scored more recently. And maybe I take off O'Brien. Bring on Nick Basagno. He's got so much quality at the back there. Could do it for Nichols on a yellow as well, but I'm not going to. O'Brien off, Basagno on. This is the time for him to stake his claim because he might be able to start the second leg. There are 20 minutes remaining. I might even go a little more aggressive. We'll push the mentality and the freedom up. I know it's a risk against a counter-attacking side, but they've taken Nathan Dyer off for Darren Anderton. They've had to change the keeper. They've not got the same pace they had before. As Newton on the right, cutting in against Kennedy, but Nichols wins it. Out to Morgan, back to Foley, up towards Howard. There's two running off him. Down to Richard Hughes, have a go. Finds Nichols. Knee shoots wide. You felt Hughes was in the better position, but he didn't take it. We're 10 to go. I think it's going to be an incredibly frustrating day. They're down to 9 now. They are down to 9 men. Danny Butterfield's just had a second yellow. Surely we can get one now. We're playing 9 men. And if we lose 1-0, what argument do we have for not getting through? They're on the backup keeper. They've lost a lot of the pace and they're down to 9. They're playing 4-3-1. Come on, lads. Take advantage. Howard loses out in the air, but the back four will have no pressure on them. Foley goes for the ball downfield. Kennedy's getting there because it's a terrible one. Foley away again, no to Newton. Up to Richard Hughes. Morgan's in support. Hughes finds him. Dean Morgan, save to Howard on the rebound. There's the goal. We needed that. It's been a frustrating afternoon. We've not created bundles, but we've been the better side. And now, against the 9 men, we get one, and there's still 6 minutes to go. Can we find a way to get the aggregate lead? It doesn't look like it. Wolves have sat everyone behind the ball. But if you'd offered me that 15 minutes ago, I'd have been thrilled with it. We love a 1-1 draw at the minute. They're going to have suspensions for the second leg in addition to their injuries. With a fatigue squad, that's maybe not ideal. When I sympathise with a team, I don't want to ruin morale now. We'll be back in 3 days' time for the second leg. A crucial one against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And despite the fact we played 9 men in the end there, a game and a tie is still very much in a balance. Well, according to the media, we are very slight underdogs going into this second leg. Incidentally, if we get through, it will be Ipswich in the final, who won 6-0 on aggregate with a 4-0 win, including future Luton player Darren Curry there. But let's have a look at what Wolves are missing today, because we saw the 2 injuries. They've now got an injury to Hooper, who is going to be out for this one. They're without Matt Murray, who is injured for this one. Danny Butterfield and Lee Naylor are both suspended. There are going to be weaknesses somewhere in this team. We know they're going to be bringing in Michael Oakes in goal. We know that Anderton is probably going to start. Matt Namara will have to start. I'm looking at the rest of it and working out who they actually play. This youngster, Jonathan Taylor's probably going to get a go at left back. But their weak areas are where we're strongest and we're going to have to take advantage. So let's go through to the match and see what we've got. Everyone is fit. There are a couple with poor morale. I'm going to bring Morgan in for Feeney again because Feeney just looks all over the shop. But I'm not going to change too much else. The other temptation is Baraji on the left of midfield. Brunt did do okay when he came on, but nothing special. And O'Brien had a stinker last time. I'm going to gamble it. Nick Basagno is coming in. He's a superstar. I know O'Brien's a good player, but he's not been at it the last couple of games. And I don't know if today is the one I want to risk it going wrong. So he'll go on the bench. Heikkinen will then drop out for Carlos Edwards. And I just think that gives us the most rounded opportunity of getting through. Keith Keane is improving, is available if we need him. But for now, the 11 sees 2 changes? Nick Basagno in at centre-half, Dean Morgan in up front. Into the playoff semi-final second leg. It's 1-1 on aggregate. Can we do it? Let's go and see. Wembley awaits, but can we come out on top? Well, here it is, and let's have a look at what this team is today, because Taylor is in at left back, Oakes is in goal, and to be fair, he's no weaker than Murray. That doesn't matter. Taylor at left back, though, should be a mismatch against Newton physically. At the back, McNamara on the other side, he's slowing down. Should be a mismatch physically. Darren Anderton in front of him. No legs left at all, albeit plenty of quality. Dyer v Foley is the one concern. And then up front, they've gone for a youngster in Ingram, who again is quick, is good, but he's not exceptional. This is about the weakest team in terms of squad depth we could have asked to face at this stage. But are we going to be able to deliver when it matters most? Let's go into it and find out. 2 big changes made, and I need them to pay off. But unfortunately, Newton's picked up a very early yellow card, and Wolves are on the attack here with Carl Court, who is still the danger man. Foley clears though towards Steve Howard, but McNamara will get there first. Will he be forced backwards? No. Big ball into Kennedy and Taylor. looks wide, but instead plays inside to Kennedy. It's clever football, and Newton's been dragged out of position. Dyer's one-on-one with Foley into Ingram, but Sagno does well. Dean Morgan will chase Lescott, but he's not getting there. And Ricketts has the chance to work forward again. McNamara up towards Kennedy. Space to shoot. It's comfortably wide. It stays 0-0, but a better start for Wolves. Well, 5 minutes later, Lee Grant with a big free kick downfield towards Howard, who loses out to McNamara in the end. That's a bit of a worry. Our midfield again is beaten, but Richard Hughes does recover well. Now it's the big ball up to Howard again. We know what he's going to be doing. He's going to be that target man as Morgan gets the knockdown to Baraggi. Who can he find? It's up towards Howard again. Bates just about gets in, but Baraggi on the second ball beats his man. He should have the legs out there. Into Howard, headers at goal. Tipped over by Oakes. It's a good move. It's a good opportunity. That's where our threat comes from. Can Steve Howard be the hero again as Joe Keenan's on corner duty? Into the front post, headed away. It's out for a throw-in. Not enough chances. We need one more. Are we going to create it? McNamara's got a throw at the other end, and now we're back under pressure. McNamara delivers. Ingram's in. Off the bar. He looked offside, and thankfully he was. Otherwise, I would have looked very silly for picking Basagno as Baraggi delivers across. Oh, out of nowhere, we nearly get a chance. Hughes in the box to Foley. Shoot! Oh, just over. Nearly put his future club to the sword there. It's out for a throw-in, and now both of our wingers have been booked, and I'm not really sure why. Basagno's going to get one too. The Luton players throwing in some desperate lunges by the looks of it. Who's collided with Nathan Dyer and got a knock? Nichols, it looks like. Baraggi's called over. He's got a warning. Right, we've got to be careful here. This referee is desperate to get us down to 10. At half-time, there's been nothing so far. Or is it? Because we've still got one more chance. Big ball forward towards Morgan. Lescott's missed it. Dean Morgan's in. Beats Lescott. Doesn't beat Bates. It's out to Foley on the right. Good ball into Howard. Steve Howard. What a header. Big Steve's there again. Henrik Pedersen may be coming in, but you're going to have to play second fiddle, lad. Because Steve Howard is the man. And he puts us 1-0 up right on the stroke of half-time. It is Luton 2, Wolves 1 on aggregate. We are 45 minutes away from Wembley and the richest game in football. Let's declare ourselves pleased. We're playing well and see what the second half brings. I think we might need that experience of your O'Brien's coming on soon. But can we survive this spell? As Ricketts goes back to McNamara. Where's the marking? Goes through everyone, thankfully. 5 minutes gone in the second half. I'm already nervy. We're giving away free kicks. We're giving away chances. Magic from Anderton and from Lee Grant. The second save from Court is stunning. How does he get up that quick? How does he get it away? And who the bloody hell was marking Leon Court? Please. Carl Court, sorry. It's a ball in from Ricketts to the box. I don't know if you can tell. I'm a bit nervous about this one. As Nathan Dyer picks it up in the middle. Can we win it back? We can't. Ingram goes backwards. Anderton shoots. It is awful. But Hughes gets a deflection on it unnecessarily. And it's out for another corner kick. Are we going to survive this one? Because it's Ricketts looking for the ball in. Back to the edge of the box again to Dyer. The marking is all over the place. Basagno gets a hand on it. Or a foot on it, I should say. Definitely don't want him getting a hand on it. And Lee Grant can play away. He's got wide areas to look for, but he doesn't. And now with 55 gone, I'm going to make a couple of changes because I feel like we're drifting in this match. I'm also going to try and get someone on the edge of the box from corners because I'm not quite sure what's happening. So he's the man who's staying forwards. Who else have we got around here? Newton marking is maybe not necessary, but I don't really know what else we can do. I'm going to put Sean Newton off mark small player and stay on the edge of the box. Or can I do that? I don't think there is an option. Which perhaps is where the problem is. I might just put him, I don't even know. I'm just going to leave it because I have no idea. Maybe I could just put him on back and see where he goes. Hopefully then mark the free man at the edge of the box. He's going to be replaced anyway by Carlos Edwards. No, he's not. Keith Keane is going to come on. Let's go defensive on the right wing. We're also going to take off Basagno and replace him with Andy O'Brien. Ideally, the other sub would be Morgan Fafini. But I'm not sure we're going to have the luxury of doing that. It might be a case of Morgan for Edwards and then put Keane into a three-man midfield. If we're still 1 up with 10 to go, that might be the best option as Taylor throws into Kennedy. Wolves been the better side for most of this game, but Hughes has nicked it off him and Keith Keane is away down the right-hand side. Fresh young legs onto the pitch and he finds Howard with a great ball and Steve Howard makes no mistake. The right decision in midfield. We got a defensive-minded winger on who works hard to win it back. Found a good quality ball forward to Howard. And that is 1 foot towards Wembley Stadium, I think. Kevin Nichols has now come off injured. It's a good job we saved that sub. And it's going to have to be Carlos Edwards. Keith Keane will come into central midfield. And then we'll just move Richard Hughes over one. He'll be the defensive responsibility at this stage. We couldn't go without injury. And if Kevin Nichols then misses the final, yes, it's why we signed Hughes and Derry to add that experience. It's certainly not ideal, is it? Just to lose your skipper at the wrong time. As my God, Lee Grant, after being brilliant for 2, dropped one there. But thankfully, he recovered on the rebound. I genuinely don't know in this game. I have to find a way to do it. How do you close down the edge of the box? Davis is unmarked in the middle. Lee Grant makes the save off the bar. He's released it quick as well. Dean Morgan will chase this. He can't quite make it. 15 to go, though. We've got a 2-goal aggregate lead. And it looks like there will be a video to start the week on Monday. And it'll be a big one. The playoff final as Keenan into Howard. Flicks on. Hits the post. Could have had a hat-trick there. He's given Lescott a torrid time, just as Shawumi did last time out. They've gone for one more change up front, but they've run out of senior players. Although, the youngster they've brought on has just won it back. Coyne is up against Carl Court. Does really well, but it falls for Ricketts. And now Rose, the youngster. I said they've run out of senior players. The youth one almost scores. Lee Grant, not for the first time today, to the rescue. He's had a very good tie, and he's had to as well. 10 minutes to go. Just give us one more so we can start partying. That throw will help. Mark Little gives it straight to Dean Morgan. Bradgie on the rebound. Hughes is third up. Still got it on the left-hand side. Delivers to Carlos Edwards. Headed away as far as Foley. And eventually it's cleared. O'Brien should get there first. And he does, but then he's giving it away. My God, Andy O'Brien. What has happened to you the last week or so? Rose is in. It's safe to Carl Court. And this tie is not over. Lewis Rose, I mean, he's rubbish. What has happened to Andy O'Brien? He's been brilliant most of this season. The last 2 or 3 games, he has been diabolical. And it leaves me with a real decision at Wembley. Do I bring in Heikkinen? Do I bring in Basagno? Or do I stick with the experience of O'Brien? Keith Keane's picked up a yellow card. We're in trouble here. This tie is not over. I was starting to party a bit too soon as Kennedy gets it back to Little. Need a mistake from one of these youngsters. Oakes goes long. They've thrown everyone forward. Coyne heads away. Howard will chase. Oakes should get there first. And Bates can bring it forward. I've partied too soon. Coyne finds Hughes though. Bradgie's out left. He's played to Howard instead. Morgan's in the middle. Edwards is in the middle. Morgan's there. Morgan scores. Signs his new contract. Scores the goal on the night. And now we are definitely going to Wembley for the Championship playoff final on Monday. God, we've got some problems to sort out by then. Ipswich and Dean Bowditch in particular will tear us apart if we play like this. But somehow, without playing our best, and with everyone getting booked, we have found a way to get to the final. Luton are through to the exclamation mark. That's a good one. Man of the match, no surprise, is Lee Grant, with Steve Howard not far behind. You've done brilliantly to reach the final, but the job is not done yet. Who on earth are we going to play at centre-half? That is the problem. Let's go through and see confirmation of it. And will Kevin Nichols be fit? Yes, he will. 2 days to a week. The final is in 11 days' time. And that is the game we're going to be back for. Monday's video will be a Championship playoff final between Luton Town and Ipswich. Who will make it to the Premier League? Can we do it in a second season? I hope you'll come and join me to find out. If you've enjoyed this week, an episode where we probably didn't deserve to win the 2-legged tie, we've managed to come out on top regardless, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know, get your predictions in early. Do you think we win the final? Do you think it falls away? Just feel the defence is out of form at the wrong time. The first Championship playoff final back at the new Wembley. Are we going to be the team that delivers the goods? If you want to stay up to date and find out, subscribe and turn that notification bell on, as we will return on Monday in the usual 4:30 slot. If we win it, we're going to have one hell of a transfer window. And if not, it's going to be a tough job to pick the boys up. I hope to see you there for it. I hope you're still enjoying this save as much as me. But thank you very much for following along for another week. And we'll start the next one with the biggest game in English football. I'll see you there.